So sorry, but I'm not taking off my glass.
Lockyer takes a shot. It's low. He's got it. I think he's got it.
Merlin, are you going to speak?
But for me, it was a winner. David.
Well, I'm afraid it wasn't for me, Margaret.
Thank God you're here. Grandma's been raped.
On.
Welcome back to On the Air Tonight, the number one show that reviews free-to-air content. He's Tom.
That's Jacob.
And we are back with episode 43, Game of Clones.
Game of Clones.
Game of Clones. So, there's 7 guys who look like me. The one girl fighting over us is pretty average. Where do they find these souls?
We're all wearing the same hats and glasses.
Before we get into the content this week, how are you, mate?
I've been 4 weeks since I've been okay. I've been better. I've been better. No, I'm fine. I just had a big weekend, but I'm fine now.
You had a big night on a long weekend.
I'm fine. I'm better now. I'm better than I was on the weekend. Let's put it that way.
I feel like we're recording this slightly delirious. We're recording this on a Monday night.
Yeah,
we never record on a Monday.
It all feels a bit upside down, a bit topsy turvy.
Yeah.
Have you seen Alice in Wonderland?
No. Who's Alice?
Okay, don't worry. You won't get it. Really expecting you to say yes.
Yes, I've seen Alice in Wonderland.
Doesn't matter.
All
Still
right.
won't get it.
All right.
You heard of the rabbit hole, dude? Upside down, topsy turvy world.
If you are enjoying this drivel so far, we encourage you to give it a like on YouTube, subscribe to our channel, share it with a friend, family member, do all that good stuff.
All the usual stuff. You know where to find us.
You want to be a potato or you want to be a spud? Either way, share this
I want to be a potato. I don't want to be a spud.
Yeah.
I don't want little eyes growing out of my head.
No.
I want to be a potato.
Do spuds grow eyes?
Yeah, spuds grow eyes.
Okay.
You know, they get those little, you got to cut them off when you cook them sometimes.
Is that right?
Yeah, they're called eyes.
The eyes of the potato.
Yeah, the eyes of the potato. Like you think of Mr. Potato Head and his eyes. Have you seen Toy Story?
Are you telling me every single potato has plastic white eyes?
I was going to say it's not like those eyes at all. They're called these little eyes, and it's almost like onions growing out of them.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Are they actually called the eye of the potato?
They're called the eyes of the potatoes.
Sounds like poetry to me.
The eyes of the spud. So each and every potato out there has got their own set of eyes.
So stop avoiding the question. Tell me why it was such a big weekend, Tom.
Oh, you had your Halloween party.
Yes.
What did you dress up as? Halloween party?
I dressed up as Scooby-Doo. So I had the pleasure, myself and my 5 housemates, I live in a house of 6, including myself. We went as Scooby-Doo and the mystery gang.
Yeah, well, the machine is the car.
The machine's the car, so I guess you call it the gang?
Scooby-Doo and the mystery gang?
Yeah.
I guess. It's just Scooby and the gang.
Scooby and the gang, I guess. Yep. So I was Scooby.
Scooby and the gang.
Yes.
You know, like Benny and the Jets. Yeah.
Scooby and the gang.
Relton? Relton? Don't do that song with Eminem.
Pretty Ray Relton.
Got any ruby racks? Oh, I've got some ruby racks for you.
Oh, yeah, yes, I do. Come backstage, my big Marmaduke friend. It's a bit more Tim Curry than Elton.
Come into my I've got a mystery machine for you, if you know what I mean.
But yeah, so when is Scooby and the gang to Halloween? Had a lot of really good costumes. My comrade here came as Cal Norton from Talladega Nights. How many people guessed your costume on the night?
Probably like 2.
Yeah, okay.
Off site. Mm-hmm. Like maybe 2 people were like shake and bake, baby. For those listening, Cal Norton is John C. Reilly's character. John C. Reilly's character from Talladega Nights.
Was he having a stroke as well, or?
Yeah, I just had more than a stroke that night. Which we'll get into.
But we'll get to the good part. So people didn't actually guess that you were Cal Norton. They just said shake and bake. So they probably thought that you were Ricky Bobby.
I think people knew I was a race car guy. My costume came about because I just had a jacket that says like, it's just like
It's an oil jacket.
It's an oil jacket. It's just like a motor oils jacket.
Real Americanized, almost like something you'd see at V8, like the V8s at Bathurst.
Yeah, red, blue, and white. And I've worn it unironically just as fashion a couple of times. I found it in an op shop.
It's a nice jacket.
I was like, this kind of fucks. I don't hate it. And then I was like, it's also enough to build a costume around. So I got like some red pants off Marketplace.
Yep.
Red hat and some Speed Dealer sunnies. And I was like, Cal Norton.
Did you?
If you don't shoot big red, then fuck you.
Just got to plug the movie as well. Make sure really drive it home.
Yeah. You guys get it yet?
Come on.
Cal Norton, Shake and Bake.
Pretty funny movie.
Good film. It's either that or Ricky Bobby's covered in Wonder Bread branding. So
they don't sell. Oh, they do sell Wonder Bread in Australia, but it's like a almost different branding.
yeah, it's not the white with the little bubbles on it. Cal Norton's covered in Old Spice.
Yes.
I really didn't look that much like him. I'm surprised anyone got it.
What was your favorite costume of the night? Any that stuck out to you that you're like, winner?
Bob Ross was creative.
Bob Ross was
Did
great.
you see Bob Ross?
Yeah, that was Alice's brother Cameron.
Oh, was it? Okay. I showed him because I've gone as Bob Ross before.
You have?
And I showed him a photo. I was like, this was me last year's Bob Ross.
Me lighting your beard on fire as I'm trying to light a cigarette.
Yes, yeah, that was it. And he was like, I don't know you, dude. Can you leave me alone? I was like, okay.
Just
Yeah, that's cool.
Come running over to him. Oh, I went as Bob Ross to a Halloween party as well once.
You had an idea that I had once? Cool, dude. He's like, we've got nothing in common.
I've never met you before. Get away from me.
Our commonality ends there. Who stuck out for you?
I really like John Wick.
John Wick was really...
Jared, shout out to Jizz, aka Jared, came as John Wick, a friend of the show who's been growing his hair out for quite some time and has gotten into like Keanu length. Came in the suit, blood all over his shirt, came with like a plush toy dog, and he also he got like, he can't grow a full beard, and I can say that because I can barely grow one as well. But he got like mascara or something and like did like a really well manicured like draw on beard.
He drew it on quite well. From a distance, it looked real.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. No, John Wick was a good one. When I saw him initially, I was like, that's a good fucking costume.
Got it straight away.
Yeah. Got it straight away.
Person he came with, Reese, just came as like a psycho butcher.
Yeah.
He came with a genuine rusted up meat cleaver and covered in blood with like fake fingers on a necklace around his
It was
neck.
terrifying. It wasn't out of anything. It was kind of his own creation.
It was terrifying.
And he was like, check this out, dude. This is my dad's cleaver. I was like, okay. And I touched it and I was like, okay, so it has tape over the blade, so it's not going to fuck anyone up.
But it had some weight to it.
Yeah, I just held it for a second and then he walked away and I was like, what do I do with this?
He came up to me like later and then I was like, have you seen my cleaver? I was like, that's probably something you don't want to lose,
Yeah,
man.
dude. Yeah, anything could happen. But no, it was a good night.
Fun night.
It was a fun night.
You had a lot more fun than most of the guests.
I don't know what you mean.
It was a...
Yeah, go on.
No, please. If there's anything you'd like to say to the court, now is your time to say it, Tom.
Well, I don't know how in depth you're going to get with the story of Halloween 2021.
Tom had a very big night, ladies and gentlemen. The night started in afternoon, actually, at 4 p.m. Picked up Tom, came over, cracked the first beer at about 3:45. Things pursued for the next 12 hours. So Tom didn't end up leaving until I was carrying him out at 4 a.m.
Just kind of like last weekend without the carrying out, but it was a 12-hour session.
Oh, yeah, it kind of was, yeah.
Yeah, we did 2 12-hour sessions 2 weekends in a row.
We did, yep. Your birthday and then Death's birthday. I don't know whose birthday it is.
Yeah.
Jack Skellington's birthday, I guess.
October's birthday. Yeah. Yeah, it was a good time. I had a great time. I I don't know how much to defend myself because I'm not sure how much you're going to say.
I would like to say that I think, everyone had a really good time, and I think people will remember you. You made your mark physically on the party.
I did make my mark physically on the party.
Mm-hmm.
There was
in multiple locations.
There was a dance floor downstairs, and I may have had too much to drink.
Maybe.
And then went and
Purge some demons.
In the bathroom.
Yep. You made another left turn. So in NASCAR speak, you made a pit stop.
Yeah, I made it. I needed to make a pit stop. Otherwise, things would have. Yeah, I had to make a pit stop.
Had a faulty gasket.
I had to make a pit. Yeah, and repairs had to be made. So I went into the bathroom and did that. Threw up.
Yes.
I either threw up or I took a big deuce.
I think it was porque no los dos.
Because once I was done in there, and I don't remember this. This is such a shit story. I hate this.
I love that you're the one explaining it. Please keep going.
Well, I feel like you've talked me into explaining it.
No, I mean, I'm not twisting your arm here.
So if I stop talking right now, you're not going to tell the story.
Well,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why am I dragging myself through coals?
Hey, listen, it's as I said, if you want to make a confession to the court, you're more than welcome to.
So I did that downstairs, and then I think I might have left a bit of a stench downstairs.
Yeah, I think you exited the bathroom and you came and tried to like dance with a few people, and like people just started going, "Fucking smells like vomit and shit in here." Why does it smell so bad? There's two bodily fluids I can smell. Neither I want to smell.
That sucks.
I remember my housemate coming up to me going, I think someone's been sick in the toilet or shat because I've had like 4 different accounts on both. Either way, someone's had an absolute rort in the bathroom downstairs.
But this is what I don't understand. And I don't even want to get more into it because you're saying that I did that in the bathroom.
Yep.
And again, I can't really defend myself here because I don't remember much, if any, of it. But from your account, when I came out and started and kept going, everything's fine, I'm just going to dance with some people, was it people smelling me personally and going, he smells like vomit, or was it people smelling the bathroom?
I kind of think it was a bit of both. I think definitely the epicenter of the earthquake was like the bathroom near the wall. People were like, oh, stinks over there. And then I think if you got close to people, they'd be a bit like,
might have vomited on
smelling a bit ripe there, laddie. What's going on? What'd you have a fucking dead baby for breakfast, eh? Yeah.
Sorry, dude.
And then, look, to your credit, you went upstairs, sat on our back deck to just kind of chill out for a bit, detox.
I think someone got me some water.
Got you some more. I got you some water.
Okay,
yep.
Thanks, dude.
Yep.
I remember drinking the water.
Yep. And then I remember coming and sitting next to you, and there's probably maybe like 10 people upstairs, and then I'm sure our listeners will know, when you see someone, or you've probably been in that position where like you can feel a vomit coming and you're just like, I need to get to a bathroom. Like there's a moment where you can feel the saliva building up in your mouth and you just go, I reckon I can keep it down. You like try and like just breathe small breaths for a few minutes, take little sips of water, just like move as little as possible. And then
you can do all that with conscious mind though and conscious thoughts.
Yeah.
If you're not having conscious mind and conscious thoughts, then you kind of forego that whole mental process.
Just buttons
it sneaks up on you.
The system just starts shutting down.
Yeah.
Just panic buttons everywhere,
Yeah.
sirens. Yep.
All systems go.
And then you just make a beeline for the closest receptacle you can, whether it's a bin, sink, toilet, bucket, anything, a bush, anything. And my room just happens to be closest to the deck. So Tom decides to make a beeline for the room. Good on you, Tom. Clearly didn't estimate how little time he had between trying to get to the receptacle and purging.
How quickly it was going to come out of
and
the pipes.
I saw, like, I didn't see it straight away. I kind of noticed what was happening, and then someone was like, dude, I think Tom's being sick in your toilet. I was like, oh, fuck, gotta go check on him. Came in, and like first thing that hit me was a stench. Just this man
Again.
This man
Tom might stop smelling like puke.
As soon as I smelled it, I was like, he has not gotten that in the toilet. And my room's carpeted, and I've got like an ensuite, but my room's carpeted. And I look down, and there is a half-eaten vegan burrito on my carpet, across the tiles in my bathroom, all over my bathroom mat, all over the door to the bathroom. And you're just there with it on your shoes, just like, oh, I've got to try and clean this up before Paya sees me.
How did I get into this situation? That's when you wake up and you're like, did I kill 4 people? Like, why am I standing in a puddle of my own waste?
Bodily fluids.
How did I get here? And that is what I remember. I remember, I don't remember actually vomiting. I remember, like, going into your room and it was one of those, like, I didn't make it to the bathroom. My hand's covering my mouth, and it's like a through the fingers puke.
Yeah,
which kind of makes it sprays out. And
water coming up through the storm drain sort of situation.
It's like blocking a hose at the end of it, and then obviously like with your thumb.
Yeah, with a piece of fishing line.
Yeah, and it just go. Psh, you know, it's. I was on spray mode, not. Yeah, I was on mist mode, not.
There was no control there.
Yeah.
And look, to your credit, you were just like, oh, let me clean it up. And I was like, nah, you're going to make a much worse mess than you. And then you tried, like, I was like, just stay there. I like ran to the kitchen, grabbed some paper towels, got back there, did like a quick, like the fastest cleanup you've ever seen, just wiped it all up, put it all in the bath towel, the bath mat.
You wrapped it up in the bath mat.
Wrapped it up in the bath mat. I was like, I'm not cleaning this.
The bath mat was ruined.
This is destroyed. This cost me $8 at Kmart, and it is not worth the wash. It is not worth me ruining a washing machine.
Oh yeah.
And you were like, no, let me clean it up.
I'm so fucking sorry.
Like
it's me. I remember being so apologetic.
Yeah, you were.
I fucking suck, dude.
You were full of remorse. I'm like, I'm gonna make you sorry in about 3 days' time when we talk about it on the podcast when you're fully lucid.
Yeah.
And then you tried cleaning up. I was like, just go outside. Just get out of my sight. Just go outside.
Let me do this on my own.
And you're like, all right. And you went to like walk on my carpet. I was like, take your shoes off. They're covered in your fucking dinner and about 15 beers. I'm not having you shred that through the carpet. Oh, sat you down, gave you some water. 2 hours later, carried you out to an Uber. It was the Uber driver's problem from there.
Oh, dude. Was that 2 hours from puke to Uber?
Oh, maybe probably about hour and a half, 2 hours, I reckon.
See, that was the most fun I had all night. That was us sitting there with like 3 people left, just and like on the waters again. So I was on the mend.
You got it all out of your system, so you were just a bit of a husk of yourself,
Yeah, it's like I wasn't contributing at all to the conversation around me, but I was like the family dog. I just enjoyed having the company around me.
You contributed.
Yeah, okay, I didn't feel like I was.
It was kind of like a situation where you'd be explaining, I'd be having a conversation with guest of the show, Jordan.
Yeah.
And we'd be having a D&M or a bonding moment. And I'd be like, man, I really love you because of X. And then you'd be like, yeah, man, I love you because of X. just basically repeating what I'm saying. I'm like, are you good, man? I know you're trying to get in on this love, but you need to have your...
Dude, what he said, heaps. Heaps, I feel that.
Heaps, yeah.
So, and he cleans up my puke, so I love him for that.
But look, to your credit, you felt so full of remorse that night and then the next day as well. And I was like, I'm not going to make you feel bad about it. I'm just going to rip
I'm glad you didn't make me feel bad about it.
No. I'm just going to rip you to shreds of the podcast.
I feel great, yeah.
Yeah, but I've said it to you before, and I'll say it to you again. There's been much worse things that have happened at parties.
It's just like no one does that at 27 years old anymore. No one throws up twice at a party, like gets some on themselves so they smell.
You'd be surprised.
I haven't seen it for a while. I haven't seen it for a hot minute, and I did it. It's
a humbling experience.
I remember getting in the Uber. The poor Uber driver. And again, I wasn't that lucid when I got in there, but as soon as I got in, all the windows went down. It's like, ooh, disgusting.
You look in the rear vision mirror and he just puts 2 clothes pegs on his nose. Real cartoon style.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my Uber rating went down by at least 0.3 of a star.
All right, I think this is your stop, mate.
This is your stop. Get out of my fucking arm.
Tom, you're here. You're home. And it's just like he doesn't want to touch me, so he just breaks hard to wake me up.
Do you wanna go get a feed or?
I'm good now. Jacob?
You guys,
Jake, you in here?
you thought it was me driving you home?
Thanks for the ride, brother.
Whoa, should we watch some free-to-air telly?
Do you want to put Top Gun on? Didn't finish it from last week.
So you have well and truly entered and left the danger zone.
I am not Jacob. Whoever this Jacob guy is, please leave my car. So thank you so much for helping me relive that on the internet.
Yeah.
Written in ink, not pencil.
Yeah, 100%.
Never to be erased.
This is never going to be erased. And look, all I'll say is that actually I was going to try and make a segue to the show, but then I realized we might have a something to say from your father.
Oh, will they, won't they?
Yes.
Another will they, won't they?
I'm sure I'm curious to hear this. I'm so curious to hear what he writes next episode.
About this experience we just spoke about.
100%.
It sucks because my father listens to this. Sometimes my mother listens to this show.
Oh, yeah.
She listened to the show last week when I was talking about my ball sack getting torn up by salt baths. Like my mother.
She loved it.
Oh, no, she didn't.
If you liked or if you laughed at all at Tom degrading himself on the internet, if you'd like to leave a comment, we do encourage you to do so on our YouTube channel. You can become one of our guests or internet guests, I guess.
I suppose you call it an internet guest.
Yeah, an iGuest.
An iGuest.
Someone, an e-guest, whatever. But
whatever you want to call it.
Leave a
guy
review.
Who leaves a review.
Tell us a story of something that happened to you or someone that you know at a party that is irreparable.
Everyone who was at that party leaves the story of me.
I remember I was there.
I was at this one Halloween party. This fuckhead Tom.
This NASCAR driver thought he was too fast. He wasn't fast enough to get to the toilet.
This is a review of Love Island from part Australian, part Chinese. Very polished podcast with the actual review of Love Island being way more entertaining than the actual Love Island episode. Depressing that this is the future of men in the world.
Yikes.
So where this is going.
Uh-oh.
Crying all over the place. Not sure what to make of it. Years ago, I went to a wedding where the groom kept crying all night. My wife said he was sweet. I used other words to describe him. Marriage only lasted 2 years. Go figure. Anyway.
Your dad sounds like Clint Eastwood in Gran Torino. Yeah, men aren't meant to cry.
Go figure. 5 stars again for the podcast and the boys. Well done. P.S. Love the testicle story.
I'm sure you did.
I'm sure you did, Dad. That's more like it. That's how bloke should act. Not all this crying shit. Talk about your nutsacks.
If you were in pain in your genitals, I just want to hear you talk about it. I don't want to hear you bloody cry about the woman that you love.
You're in love at your wedding? The matrimony of the rest of your life and you fucking shedding tears, showing emotion.
I cannot wait. I almost just want to fast forward to next week to hear what he has to say.
I thought you were going to say you can't wait till the one day that I get married and then
you're crying.
If I happen to shed a tear on the night and have to be conscious, fuck Dad, don't let Dad fucking see it. Put him in the back.
No, it's because it was at sunset and I had a bit of gleam in my eye.
Yeah,
and then
it was a bit of dust.
Yeah, it was.
I think the Broncos won the night before. I don't know.
Yeah, no, but it definitely wasn't me crying. No. Not because I was getting married.
That's. I don't want to use the word that Dad apparently used, but that's that word.
I mean, I completely get where Lance is coming from because
I'm on board.
I'm on board because if I fully support showing some emotion. I fully get that. But if you're uncontrollably blubbering the whole time at your whole wedding, at your own wedding,
Yeah.
There's no coming back from that. Everyone at the wedding is leaving it going, good wedding. Yeah, good wedding. Terry was a bit, hey, I know, wasn't he?
Groom cried a bit much.
Yeah, oh my goodness.
Nice service.
Great service.
Flowers great. The band was good.
Really would have liked to use a napkin after I ate my banquet, but I couldn't because Terry used it all up on his fucking tear ducts.
Yeah, dinner was a bit wet.
Yeah, should have brought me snorkel.
Yeah. It's just everyone goes away with the same complaint, but no one says it to his face, which sucks for Terry.
Yeah. And then, like, his wife has got to live with that.
You got to pull it together, Terry. You have to pull it. Oh! We got to sneeze on the wall.
You're a
Just
cunt.
heaving. Dude, I'd knock it out
You're
here.
not gonna let me. You're not gonna let me sneeze after I just dragged you across the coal.
There was a big one on his face.
I was so ready to
I
sneeze.
embarrassed it out of him.
Oh, that
You
is
think it's
one-
embarrassing throwing up at a party, dude?
that is one
Please
of
don't sneeze on podcasts.
one of my pet peeves. Like, people at work have done it to me before, where like I'm like either talking to them or they're talking. They're like, yeah, so I've just I reckon we try and we do this process first, and then after we've done that, oh, big sneeze, and you're just like. Like,
So what, after someone addresses it, you can't sneeze?
no, well, like, because I'm like, I get like a little bit of stage fright.
closed up. I didn't know you could have sneeze stage fright.
Yeah, of course you can.
I can still see it on your face a little bit.
trying to get it out. It's going to bother me all episode. I can feel this little tickle in my left nostril.
So it's it's because you're so animated with, you're like talking and then all of a sudden the eyes roll back and the head goes up. It's like, I'm not going to not address it. And maybe you're the problem, not everyone else.
Me looking like I've got like the worst head cold in history, just cross-eyed, nose pointing up to the sky.
Just orgasm face. Dude. There you go. You're either about to come or sneeze. I don't know which one it is.
Both.
I was just about to come.
My allergies are playing up again. I'm going to come everywhere.
A girl does that to you next time you're having sex with her. Oh, big cum. Big cum. You're about to. Don't say that. I can't come when you say that.
Just sneeze on it.
Oh, that's some silly stuff.
I'd rather sneeze the whole time of my wedding, or like have people do that than cry the whole time. That's my main point.
Yeah. If I'm on the altar and I'm about to sneeze, and my future wife goes, "Oh, big sneeze coming,"
I'd be like, nah, cut it.
No.
No.
What is it they say when they go, "Does anyone object?" I'd go, "Yeah, I object.
Yes.
I have a reason for us to not get married. Let the boy sneeze."
I can't tolerate you doing that once, let alone for the rest of my life.
I thought you were about to scare me.
No, I was about to burp. I'm going to burp, I'm going to sneeze. Watch me vomit and shit everywhere.
I'm gonna vomit. I'm gonna cum. I'm gonna shit. You should have like called me out the other night as I was about to vomit. You're going, "Oh, big vom, big vom," and then I wouldn't have done it.
Yeah, but then I wouldn't want to be a clone of you. We'd be playing Game of Clones.
We would be playing Game of Clones.
Much like our content for tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
We found a way to the show.
Nomination for the weakest segue of all time, ladies and gentlemen.
Jacob Puryear for Game of Clones. Jacob Puryear for Game of Clones from vomiting, calling each other out for vomiting.
And the crowd goes through the exit door.
Yeah, we can leave that bit there.
Go on.
It doesn't need to go any further.
Feed me some more, brother. So, Game of Clones, Tom. Talk me through it.
This show is a British reality TV show, so you know you're in for a good time. It's got the voiceover from last week on Love Island. Basically, the concept is one woman or man at the start of the show describes their
Dream person.
They get the computer up and they go, "Oh, I want those tits a little bit bigger," or
Yep.
"I want his dick a little bit bigger."
Bigger lips. Yep.
Bigger lips, bigger shoulders,
Bigger abs.
enhance those a bit, suck in that gut a little bit. And I guess they decide their fashion as well, because what happens is they create a prototype, almost like a PS2 character.
Looks like an avatar.
Looks like an avatar. And then then the show puts up a billboard that says, "Have you seen this man?" with the avatar on there. And they recruit people who look like the person's dream person.
Yep.
Then we get 8 of those clones dressed exactly the same,
Doppelgangers.
with the same facial hair, doppelgangers in a house with the woman or man who chose that as their dream person.
The subject in the
Are we
8.
following? Am I making sense here?
No, that's making sense.
Okay.
A subject, is offered the opportunity to date 8 lookalikes of their favorite person or their dream person. And basically they have to pick between those 8 people that look the same but have different personalities as human beings usually do.
Yeah. So the whole show is, I guess, kind of flawed because all the person is basing the only criteria for the person's dream person is physical.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go to a computer and go, I want them to be caring and I want them to have a good sense of humor and blah, 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 blah.
It's all physical.
It's all physical. And then they turn out to be completely different, like you said.
It's I don't know what you thought of the show. I think we both know how we thought about it, but straight away, like I could not have been less sold from the get-go because the idea that someone's like, oh, tell me your dream person, and the first thing they're just like is tall, big tits, fat ass, or like in this person's case, Charlotte.
Yeah.
She was like, I like a mixed race man, has a little bit of facial hair, like him to dress a little bit trendy, like a little hipster, I like him to be a bit, have a bit of a cheeky look to him.
So she dresses them all in red shoes.
Red shoes, black snapback, black jeans, black jacket.
And a grey shirt.
And
they're all wearing that exact outfit.
They all look exactly the same.
And they have glasses on, and half of them don't need glasses.
But just the idea that like it couldn't have, as I said, turned me off any quicker because if someone goes to me like, oh, what's your dream person? Like, yes, okay, looks come into the situation, but regardless of that, the most important thing is that I click with that person. And then it's like, good looking can take many different forms. They can be short, tall, whatever kind of ethnicity, short hair, long hair, doesn't matter. But the idea that someone's like, this is the only person that I want to date, they have to look exactly like this.
Yeah. If someone asked me to do so, I couldn't make a prototype of like if I had to go on the show, what do you do? Like, oh, I want a girl with a brown, like you choose their outfit.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck? Like, what they have to be? They're gonna be wearing that all the time when you're dating them. Like, what about when they change? Do you not like them anymore?
They're not my dream person anymore.
Not my dream person. They took their red Nike Air Maxes off. I'm not into it.
Well, they showed like an intro of like, so we watched like one and a couple of clips of episodes of Charlotte and her 8 subjects of a mixed race dreamboat. And then like in the introduction, they also show like this douchebag of a guy looks like he should be on Love Island actually. And his like dream girl was like, I like blonde, big boobs, big ass, red dress.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, she's not always going to be wearing a red dress.
Yeah. It's like that prototype girl from like the Matrix that Mouse makes. It's like, if you like the girl in the red dress.
Like the girl in the red dress.
Just like blonde girl, white skin, and a red dress, like just a cocktail.
Very
dress.
much like just a Marilyn Monroe prototype.
Yeah, it's like, okay, so you like when a girl gets dolled up and goes out. It's like, did she wear that on Sunday Arvos? Like, yeah, it's just such a dumb concept.
Yeah.
Such a dumb concept.
Yeah. And this, I mean, it really just went incredibly like nosedive from there because the first thing that you hear out of the main subject's mouth, Charlotte, was that, look, I've just been single for a long time, for about 7 months, because I am quite fussy. I'm like, 7 months?
That's a long time to be
I've never dated someone for 7 months, love. What are you talking about? That's not an eternity.
Get over it. Yes. I was like, okay, so it must be people like that who would be drawn to this show because it's such a dumb, like you would have to be desperate to find someone. Because like none of the guys on the show are incredible. Like after coming off Love Island, where
big personalities,
bigger budget, like the whole show. So all the guys and girls are like very attractive on that show. Everyone's like, I don't know if it's just because it's the UK and fucking everyone's a bit average over there.
Stereotyping.
But like
it was the budget.
It was the budget, I think. All the guys are like just average dudes you find on the street, and so is the girl. You'd see her at like a Sunday Arvo tavern, like on the beers at the Wallaby pub on the Gold Coast.
Yeah.
No one's like a knockout 10 out of 10, and then like there's 8 average Joes battling it out for this. Can you give me another word?
Not
Nice
not
girl.
superstar.
Yeah, she's no superstar.
So you're the prize at the end. Okay,
Okay.
but like
No one's very upset when they get kicked off this show, put it that way.
no, but at the same time, none of them really show. The craziest thing about this is that 8 of them look the same, and like the whole pitch is like they've all got different personalities. Could you find anything like distinct
No.
between like they all
No
spoke?
one's stuck out.
They all kind of spoke in this monotone. They all spoke about, I'm quite confident, but I'm quite humble at the same time. I like a bit of cheeky banter, but I like to be serious as well.
Yeah.
4 of them, that was their straight up their
that was
personality.
all of them, dude.
I like to live every day like it's, live every day like it's a new one. I try to have fun, but also I like to be quite serious. It's like,
It's so surface level.
yeah.
Yeah. But it's like it's not their fault. They're probably given like half an hour to catch up initially, and they're given 3 minutes. The first date that they have is the girl sits down with the guy, with all the guys, and the girl says, "All right, you've got 3 minutes to impress me."
Yeah.
And the guys are like, okay, what are you, like, is this a conversation? She's like, no, just impress me. Like, and so the guys have to be like, oh, okay, I do this for work. I live here. Like, it's just my resume as a person. Like, this isn't getting to know each other.
One guy was like, I live in a private estate, so you don't have to ever worry about street parking.
Yeah.
I live next door to a zoo.
So that could be a good first date. It's like, what is going on?
Are these like selling points on why you're better than the other 7?
Yeah. Is this how you, yeah. So, I mean, we give Bachelorette and like Maps and Love Island a lot of shit, but at least those shows run over like a couple of months. This looks like it literally ran over a week.
Yeah.
So it's like all of the emotion that you do get some genuine emotion out of Love Island. Like dudes were genuinely crying and sad and shit because they have some time to build those relationships and actually, like, they do actually care, even though it's stupid.
You get invested in the drama.
Yeah, these guys, like, they have a week. They actually don't give a shit. It's watching really low stakes reality television. Because when guys get voted off, they're literally like, oh yeah, no, that's cool.
All right. That's exactly like their reaction. Like, all right, well, see ya.
Peace. See, one guy at the end was just like, and he made it to the very end. She like rejected him. She was going to another date and she just calls him and goes, oh, I'm not going to make it tonight, love. And he's like, oh, okay, that's all right. And then the camera's asking him how he feels after. He's like, yeah, gutted, but, we move on. That's literally what he says.
Already thinking about just going home and playing WoW.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I can take off this fucking snapback and these glasses.
These fake glasses.
And these red Nikes. Like, they've been wearing the same outfit for a week.
Yeah. And at that point, it's a little bit Twilight Zone-y because you're looking at 7 dudes who look exactly the same as you, who all sound the same as you as well.
Yeah.
All going for this one person's like, I wouldn't find my worst enemy for you.
Yeah. Yeah. And they all have badges. Just to differentiate.
Yes.
Differentiate.
That was
each
actually
other.
needed. I could.
That was required.
Yeah.
So she's thinking like, oh, I like number 3. I like number 7. Not I like Caden and Jacob.
Yeah, exactly right. Going back to the initial speed date where they all get 3 minutes per head. I liked how after like maybe 3 or 4 dates, I use that term loosely, but she was like, tell me something that, distinguishes you from the rest, or tell me a joke. Like, really put them on the spot. And there was one where he was like, well, what do you want to know? And she's like, I'm not asking you questions. You got to tell me. And he's like, fucking all right. And then
he goes, sorry, you go.
No, you go.
No, he goes, what is this? He goes, this is like an interrogation.
And then the narrator's like,
it's the exact opposite because she's not asking you any questions.
yeah, the narrator's like, I think you're pronouncing it wrong. This is actually a conversation. But yeah, at the very end of all that,
Stupid British voice is back.
yeah, come dine with me, Love Island, just this annoying little, I'm the jester, look at my jokes.
Yeah.
At like halfway through when she'd had like 4 of those dates, she says, they're just saying that because they know that's what I want to hear. It's like, they just met you. They don't know what you want to hear. I get that they're saying the most palatable things, so it's not like, it's like, all right, what's your favorite ice cream? I like strawberry. Wrong! Get off the show!
Yeah.
They're trying to be like as amicable as possible.
They're trying to be as broad as possible to hopefully say the thing that makes you happy.
I like dogs. You like dogs?
Pineapple doesn't go on pizza. Crossing her fingers. Oh, fuck. She's like, oh, I love Hawaiian. Fuck.
Rainy days in movies are really nice.
Yeah.
The beach.
The beach is good. I go to the gym. You into the gym?
I love my mum.
You're just saying that because you know what I want to hear.
You know, that's exactly what I want to hear.
Oh, you love your mum? I love my mum. How did you know that I'd want to hear that?
Because most people just don't love their mum.
Yeah.
That's
very niche to me.
It's a very original thought to have.
That's very specific. I love my mum more than most.
So she ends up picking one of the 8 to taking a cab ride back to like they're all staying in this weird house. It's just got photos of them all over the wall.
It's meant to, they set it out as like they're all staying in this house for the week, but they're not.
No.
They're shooting in the house and then going home.
Yes.
There was not 9 bedrooms in that house.
No.
There's like one exterior.
There wasn't one big bedroom with 4 double bunks in it.
No, there was no. They were not staying there.
And if they did, there would have been serial killer because they all got up the next day in the same outfit.
Yeah. Imagine the shot of the wardrobe, just all of the same. So cursed.
Just 50 snapbacks, 60 pairs of sunnies.
Is this your black jacket? No, that's mine.
Sorry, Terry.
Oh, sorry, I'm a medium. Is this your little chin strap beard? No, that's mine. Sorry.
Oh, it's an extra medium.
I've got to take me beard off.
Oh, is that your sleeve tie? Is that mine?
I got to get dressed. I got a date.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of like if there was anything else of highlight that happened in the show. It was by the way, if you do want to watch this show, it's on 7+.
I think what episode did we watch?
We watched season whatever, episode 1. It was, I think the season is actually called Charlotte.
Okay, we watched Charlotte episode 1. It was sorry. Have you got something else?
The only other point that actually happened in the opening episode, the next challenge to try and differentiate everyone or to allow people to show a bit more personality was we're all going to play a game of charades.
Just the most boring get to know each other experiment of all time.
And I was like, okay, cool. Like they're going to play charades. They're going to act out different movies. Like this could actually be like someone could have a bit of fun with this, but it wasn't them acting out movies. Each contestant had to get up and act out something about themselves. So there was like...
No, they acted out how they would describe themselves.
Yep. So it was like, there was one guy who was like...
he was like...
Not even worth noting, but he was just like tensing his muscles and they're like muscular. And then he like put his hands against his ears and pretended to go through sleep. And then like pretended to roll a boat. And someone's like, muscular dreamboat. He's like, yeah, that's it. Yeah. That's what I was going for.
3 words, muscular dreamboat. That's how I describe myself.
Yeah.
And one guy was like, he described himself as cheeky monkey.
Yeah.
And that was one of the good ones.
That was the best one.
That was the best one because there was some kind of like monkey involved. One guy chose to describe himself as, what was the word? Quirky.
Yeah. Think in your mind how you would try to act out quirky
in charades.
And the first thing he says is like, they're like, oh, how many words? He's like, 6. No, wait, sorry, 1. And they're like, do you mean
so this guy was the idiot of the group?
Okay, so we got the letter count right at least.
Yeah, so he was thinking letters, but he still had to check that. He was like, oh, I don't know how many checks it, and then six words,
and then like tries to act it out, and like it's literally him just like waving his arms beside his like waist. He's just like looking really awkwardly at them. He reminded me so much of Will from The In-Betweeners, just kind of blank staring at them, just like doing these weird like seizure dances.
He kind of like sneakily crawled around for a bit to do quirky, kind of like sleuthed around,
slinked.
He's like, ooh, like kind of Gollums
and they're
around.
Like, what is that? He's like, it's quirky, and they're like, "Oh, you're not meant to say it." No one got it.
Yeah, no. He goes, no one was getting. Goes breaking all the rules of charades because he's talking. He goes,
"Yeah,
oh, first letter is Q."
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're not meant to say just struggling that much.
First letter is Q, and then I think someone's like, "Oh, quirky." He's like, "Yeah." Bro, you had control of what word you were going to charade. Why did you choose that? He's just like, I've never played this before. I didn't realise how hard it would be.
And he didn't get voted off the first.
No, he made it to the end.
He made it to the end.
Was that the guy who...
They all look the same, man. I can't tell.
The guy who she thought was good looking? Who sat down on the couch?
The ex-footballer.
Yeah, the ex-footballer.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, if that was him, he made it to the very end. So the quirky guy who doesn't know how charades works was her second last pick after the whole show was over.
That was one of the more distinguishable personalities.
Yeah, because he's as dumb as a doornail.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was just the most like you go from watching, I don't know, Australian reality telly where they're like, oh, we're fucking on The Bachelor and we're to get to know each other, we're going to skydiving or going on a boat or going abseiling, and then you come to like a little British television show, reality TV. It's like we're doing charades in a lounge room.
It was the lowest budget.
A few beers.
It was the lowest budget.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if, so you mentioned at the start, like the one thing they almost did to say like, oh, this is how we got our contestants was we put billboards up all around the UK to try and find people. Do you think they actually got billboards, or do you think that they just took shots of like where a billboard was and then just superimposed these images of this PS2 like CGI version of the Dreamboat?
I'd say that's 100% what they did. I reckon maybe they use it as a tool to actually recruit, but like, would you ever see that billboard and then think that looks like me?
Hey, that kind of looks like me. Maybe I should go do this show.
And I'm single and I want to be on TV. Like, what are the odds of all of those boxes being ticked?
But also, it wasn't even like the billboard itself didn't say, does this look like you? Inquire to be the next star on this show. It just said, have you seen this man?
It was not clear what the point of the billboard was.
No.
So I don't, and they were like, oh, we didn't get any, they say it. They're like, yeah, that didn't work too well. We didn't get any inquiries off the billboard.
How did they find 8 dudes who look exactly the same then?
They would have gone around. They found 8 dudes who did not look the same. Well, I mean, they all had to be mixed race, like half black dudes.
To be fair, like,
and then they dressed them in whatever they want.
Yeah, like half their face was covered in a snapback and bifocals. So they just
everyone looks, all half black dudes look the same when you give them the same shitty facial hair, glasses, and a snapback.
Yeah.
It's like maybe they didn't actually look that alike.
How good was the opening, not the opening shot, but the shot of her going into the house, and they get a shot of them all looking away from the camera, all like look like a Backstreet Boys photo shoot. They're all like sitting on the sofa, like leaning against the easel at the mantelpiece, and just like all in unison turn around. They're just like, all right.
Yeah, they turn around and they do like a POV shot from her perspective when she walks in, and it's terrifying. All 8 do, it looks like Twilight Zone. And then she goes around and says hi to all the guys. She's like, oh, I'm Ben, oh, I'm Larry, and they also get a POV shot of like the camera going around as her. So all the guys like go up to the camera and go, hey, it's nice to fucking meet you.
So as
cursed.
As a social experiment, let's pretend I'm Charlotte. Let's pretend you're one of the 8 contestants or guests or whatever you want to call them.
Can I be Larry?
You can be whoever you want.
I'll be Larry.
Hi, I'm Charlotte. You've got 3 minutes to tell me something that makes you distinct.
What you want to know? What do you want to know about me?
I want to know what makes you different from the other blokes that look exactly like you.
Okay, so just like talk about myself.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a black hat. I like snapbacks quite a bit.
This is actually what you'd say.
I like glasses.
This is what Tom Farrelly would say.
Yeah, this is what Tom Farrelly would say. I like red Air Max Nikes. What would I say? I'm fucking. That's so uncomfortable. That's what I mean. What would you say?
Yeah, what would you say?
No one has just a laundry list of things that they would say about themselves.
What
would yours be?
I mean,
I have a podcast.
It's. I clean up my mate's vomit.
I manage a band and wear their merch.
I make too many stupid faces when I sneeze.
It's kind of unique of me.
She's kind of quirky.
Can you leave?
This is me doing quirky, love.
How good are you at charades? I'm really good at doing obscure words in charades. What's this? Quirky.
Put it this way, if I had seen the first season of the show and then I went on like a later season, I knew exactly how to treat it. And like the person across from me was exactly the same as like person in the previous shows, like pretty surface level, superficial person. I would just start throwing out compliments left. Like, God, you got some really beautiful eyes. They're just almost piercing me. You know, you look really gorgeous. Yeah. Has anyone ever told you kind of look like blah?
But the whole point of it is like, tell me something about you. But then you could turn it around and be like, I love girls with blonde hair.
Tell me something about me. I'm absolutely gobsmacked to see a gorgeous girl like you.
Yeah.
What's a bar like you doing in a girl like this? Am I right?
What the old saying is, love, you're making no sense. You're talking fucking backwards.
Watch me do charades. Just watch me. I'm so fucking good at charades.
Please don't dump me. Please don't dump me based off this one interaction.
I will cry the whole time at our wedding to show you how much you mean to me.
And my dad will roast me for it, but I don't care. I'll still do it because that's how much I love you.
Go on, give us a kiss.
Go on. Yeah, one guy went, gives a kiss. And he got a smooch out of it.
He got a smooch. And then he was
aggressively whispered in her ear, gives a kiss, love.
One guy got a kiss, and then he goes in, and everyone was like, "Oh, how was he rode home in the car with her because she picked him out of the 8 to be like, yeah, you did the best out of the 3-minute date."
Again, this is the first date. He won the first date.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is the equivalent of Bachelor. He gets the rose at the end.
Yep.
He was the winner. And his prize to go and do with the first date with her was ride in a car on the way home.
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
You get to ride in an Uber with her with some. Did you notice there was fucking fairy lights up in the Uber?
Yeah, there was like some LEDs going around.
And then like gets out and he's like, "All right, give us a kiss," and smooches her. Goes inside and they're like, "All right, how was the ride home?" And he's like, "Oh, gentleman doesn't kiss and tell." And they're just like, "All right,
okay."
And then just like, "Oh, so do you think things went like? Did you click with her well?" And he's like, "Yeah, I think we had pretty good lip contact."
Yeah.
We're just like, "You're a fucking." You just literally just said a gentleman doesn't kiss and tell.
No, it was like completely unprovoked. He was like, "Oh, gentleman doesn't kiss and tell." And they're like, "Oh, okay." They've all moved on. They're like, "Do you want a drink?" And he's like, "Yeah, I might need a drink after all that lip contact."
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, we didn't ask again, but okay."
Oh, I gotta go sneeze and cry.
Crier! He's gonna cry! He's gonna sneeze and cry!
Creaser. He's a creaser.
He's a creaser!
He's a snier.
He's a Creedence Clearwater!
He's a sny creaser.
So what did I think of this show?
Tom,
Is that what you were gonna...
what did you think of Game of Clones?
Could have used more dicks getting cut off, for sure.
Yeah, could have used more twins having sex.
Yeah, could have used more dragons.
Mm-hmm. Better CGI, more titties.
Yeah, some more dragon ladies.
More people dying.
That would have been nice. But we get Game of Clones. I think if you were to
Shit name as well.
if you were to stack,
Shit name.
I think they spent all their budget on the title
Yep.
and like whatever legal fees they had to pay to get that over the line. If you imagine stacking up the Game of Clones budget against the Game of Thrones budget.
Oh, dude, we're talking what you'd pay at Salvo's compared to what you pay at Burberry.
Apples and oranges.
Well, I know because apples and oranges are priced very similar.
Yeah, you can't compare fruit though.
Apple-
Very comparable.
How about eggs and Fabergé eggs?
Okay, sure.
Sorry.
I don't know what Fabergé eggs are.
Google
What are
it,
they?
bro.
Are they like pickled eggs?
Fabergé eggs. Don't know what they are.
$4.90. You know me.
Oh, this guy fucking vomited out all of his brains on the weekend. Doesn't know what a Fabergé egg is. What a fucking idiot.
You should have said like, what are fish eggs called again?
You mean
Caviar.
Yeah, caviar.
Caviar and like canned tuna.
No, Fabergé eggs works
get
better.
I get seafood bits.
So what do you rate Game of Clones, Thomas?
Game of Clones gets not much. It probably gets 2 snapback glasses combinations out of 10. 2 snapback two snapback glasses combinations out of 10.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah. What about you?
Two's definitely where I landed on.
Yeah.
Doesn't quite warrant a 1 because I didn't hate it so much. Where I'm like, this show needs to be off the air. I was just like, this is garbage.
Yeah.
I didn't hate it, but I was like, this. I feel so indifferent about this.
Why
I don't
does it
wanna-
exist?
Why does it
Who is
exist?
the audience? Who is it for?
So I'd give it 2 gums bigger than teeth out of 10. If you watch the show, you'll know exactly what I mean.
That's all we need to say about that. Please don't go any further.
If you did get this far into our drivel once again, we do thank you so much for joining us on the air tonight. I've been Jake.
I've been Tom.
If you, as I said, if you did enjoy, or if you do want to check out the show, 7+ is Game of Clones. Check out our archive. We've got 42 other episodes. That's how episode numbering works.
Yep, we're on 43 now. So it's probably 42 before it.
Tune in next week to hear what Tom's dad has to say about him destroying 2 rooms in my house.
My mother as well. She already heard about the Dead Sea being pumped into my ball sack. So that's lovely. The relationship's growing by the day.
It's going to cry more than that groom did.
Yeah, fucking I'll be crying. Or she will. Doesn't matter. We both will.
Yes. Real crier. Real crying family.
Cry guy.
Bye-bye.